Welcome to another episode of Inside the Valley. That's Dustin Black. I'm William Cockrell. How are we doing today, Dustin?
Doing great, man. How are you
Just a couple
doing?
Valley Rats in here, right?
Yeah, just a couple of Valley Rats.
Listen, we had a new follower who in her bio refers to herself as in a comment referred to herself as a Valley Rat. I don't know if that's because she watches every single episode of Inside the Valley and listens to every episode of Inside the Valley, but I'm just going to believe that's why.
But
So,
we're taking it that way. I don't care if she mean it that way. We're taking it that way.
yeah, so Sharon Stork, shout out. We are now referring to our fans as Valley Rats, and I hope you don't take that as an insult because that's an awesome name. What do you picture a Valley Rat looking like?
I have no idea, man.
I've got to look in my mind, but I don't know if I want to share it. So if you don't share, I'm not going to share.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't share that.
All right, maybe we'll share that halfway through the season.
Sure, yeah, let's do it. Let's come back.
After the Florida State,
let's circle back on the Valley Rat image. Yeah.
after the Florida State game, we'll share it. We'll know how we feel at that point in the season. But did anything happen this weekend?
Oh, did you watch the Duke UConn game yesterday?
I did. I dabbled in that. That was insane.
I turned it off and then I checked the score and I was like, oh, UConn came back, and I watched the last 2.5 minutes and I was like, it was one of the best endings ever, man.
Yeah, we're locked up. I watched the last 3 minutes, so I kind of went up to you a little bit, but it's whatever. I got a notification from Bleacher Report said, "Hey, 7 minutes left. Or UConn's only down 7." I said, "Man, when I was grilling an hour ago, they were down 94 points. So something changed."
They got to stop putting they got to stop putting those graphics up. So like when I was watching, there was a graphic that said like number 1 seeds are 134-0 when leading by 15 points at halftime.
They knew what they were doing.
Like, stop putting those graphics up, man.
That's like when they put the graphic up that says such and such has gone on a scoring drought for 2 minutes. They're going to score the next time they shoot.
I can't stand it, man.
Yeah,
as soon as they put that graphic up, I was like, yeah, UConn's winning this.
It's how the Illuminati adjusts college football. That's how they get their hands into it. I mean, I'm convinced, and you can't convince me otherwise. You know what else happened? I built a swing set. It took me 9 hours.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
I got after it. So I did most of it. And my boy Beans, shout out to Beans, came over yesterday. Spent about 4 hours with me getting out. Well, no, excuse me. He spent 2 hours with me. He's too soft to go 4 hours. He's a Carolina fan. Getting this swing set put together. So the kids can use it. Got to put the tarp on it. Got to put that tarp on it. And just like Clemson's football season, it's just about ready. It's almost polished, Dustin. So the spring game happens. And like this swing set, it's fun. It leaves a little bit to be desired, and you can see some tweaks that you need to make here and there. But overall, it looks like you might have a finished product. You kind of know what you're going to have at this point. I don't know who's coming in the summer, who's going to push anybody. Maybe Andy Barbaraja, the defensive lineman, but especially with Courtney Kelly getting hurt. But overall, I think we see our roster, and I think it was the orange roster, which I've never seen them do this. Putting the 1s against the 2s, essentially.
What's your theory behind that?
What's my theory behind that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like, why do you think they did that?
Oh. Do you? Okay. I think they did it to make the 1s look better.
Yeah.
I think it was propaganda. No offense to my Clemson brethren, but I think that was purposely done to get a good look for the 1s, and I think it worked out that way. Because when I played, it was a mixture of 1s and 2s. You didn't have and then sometimes you saw they would do like the starting offensive line versus the starting defensive line. So the orange team would have the starting offensive line in the back and the second string defensive line, and then vice versa. I've seen that happen.
It's changed a lot. Like last year, they just did offense versus defense.
Yeah,
the whole spring game. Yeah, that's how they split up the rosters. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. But I think it's more about the competition at certain spots.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that way. I mean, Tate Reynolds played both sides. He played orange and white.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of those second team offensive players that are like, oh, you think that you can go with the 1s? Well, here's the first team defense. Like, let's see what you can do, kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, and it's like you're a first team offensive lineman, like you should dominate the second team defensive line, right? I think it just kind of created that separation between the 1s and the 2s a little bit.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Are we in the trust tree, Valley
Always.
Rats? Are we in the trust tree, Valley Rats?
Always.
Okay, that's what I heard too. I know Chris Tinson had an electric game against Furman. Let's not sit back and act like if he wasn't capable, he'd be competing for the starting job right now. Because there's no reason that Tate Reynolds should come in and push for the starting role and not Chris Tinson, a guy who's been there for a year. unless the guy has just not put it out on tape at practice. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's completely fair.
I don't understand why I see so many Clemson fans, so many Valley Rats out there. Can't be a Valley Rat wouldn't do this. Can't see how many Clemson fans are out there complaining that Chris Denson didn't do a fair shot at the spring game. If you've heard any of the rumblings recently, it's that Chris Denson will no longer be playing quarterback. He'll be playing a different position. And we could talk about that later. But let's stop that narrative right there. You can say what you want about Dabo. Let's not act like the best player is not going to get a chance. In this situation, we can argue who's better, Vizina or Reynolds, and we can kind of assume what's going to happen. But if Denson was talented enough, he would be in the conversation, in my opinion. I don't think Dabo's that crazy. I don't think Chad Morris would allow him to be that crazy if Denson was putting out good stuff on the practice field. I digress. Let's talk about some of the notes from the spring game. I wasn't able to go. Dustin, you weren't able to go. We got some cool clips. We got some buddies who helped hook us up with some of the statistics in the game, and just watching some clips that we saw online. This is our conclusion. So again, sorry, this is not even a secondary source at this point. Tertiary, is that a big word for a money?
Tertiary, there you go. I like that.
That's pretty good right there. I'm pretty proud of that. Christopher Vizina, 10 for 18, 109 yards, and a touchdown. That touchdown, back shoulder to Gordon Sellers. Mm-hmm. Not too shabby. I don't mind that. And then what we don't see there is, were there any drops? I heard and read that Gordon Sellers had a couple of drops. Who was throwing the football when he dropped the ball? I don't know. I would assume it was Vizina. And we'll talk about Sellers' day in a minute because he captured the show. I think what everyone wants to talk about is that catch he made, and rightfully so. It's phenomenal.
Pretty similar to the Bryant Wesco in his first spring game. Not the same catch, but like very similar.
Very similar. Back shoulder.
Same spot of the same end zone, same spot, everything.
Not by Trent Pierman, though.
No, not by Trent Pierman.
Not by our king. So we kind of warned you. We were at practice the other day, and I saw Gordon Sellers make a acrobatic, cool catch in the back of the end zone. That's just what this dude's going to do. We try to warn you, Valley Rats. We try to warn you. Tate Reynolds, 7 for 10, 74 yards and a rushing touchdown. He's a freshman going there completing 70% of his passes. Not too shabby, especially if they're going for 10 yards a clip. I'm not going to hate on that. I don't know what his longest pass was, but that's a pretty good day at the office. What those balls look like, I don't know. That's a weird way to say that. Your king, Juju Preston, had a good catch by a great ball from Tate Reynolds. Nice little out route on the sideline. Tate Reynolds hammers it in there. Juju catches it, stays on his feet, gets about 12 yards on the catch. So that was pretty good. I like seeing that.
Yeah, tough window to hit, too, if your arm strength isn't there.
Absolutely.
I think if that ball's just a hair late, that's getting housed. I think that's a pick six.
Yeah.
That's just a hair late.
You don't want to have a hair on your ball.
Yeah, and dude, honestly, 0 interceptions by the quarterbacks. How crazy is that? All we heard is how much interceptions these quarterbacks are throwing, just throwing cookout trays at practice, up for grabs, and then they get to the spring game and 0.
No. Well, that's because Dabo wouldn't allow it to happen. He blew the whistle before they threw a pick.
Yeah, that's what
the haters want to say. But overall, I mean, there's nothing really to talk about outside of them. Trent Pierman had a decent day. It's Trent Pierman. Brock Bradley, I don't know. Cool.
Yeah.
He's a freshman. We'll see. He could end up being a very good backup quarterback. He might. Well, he could end up being a very good backup quarterback. As long as Tate Reynolds is there, the dude is way too freaking talented to not be on the football field. And we'll see how that goes into fall camp. This is Vizina's job at this point. Chad Morris has come out and said it. I know Dabo came out and said that Tate Reynolds is going to get a shot. This is Vizina's job to lose, in my opinion. And he's going to have to work his ass off to lose it. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing now is how does the team respond to Vizina being the starter?
I think we would have seen it by now.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, over the summer and stuff, you always expect your starting quarterback to be like the leader of a lot of those drills and stuff. And so, how is it kind of received, and how do they respond to that?
So in today's day and age, what I like to watch is the players are going to tell you what the season is going to be like next year, right? In recruiting, Dustin, what's the biggest indicator of a good talent? It's not the stars. It's not the rating. It's the what?
The offers.
The offers. Similar stance. It's not the ratings. It's not how he did last year. It's who comes back. Who comes back? Who's super talented? That's probably going to try to get someone's going to try and poach who comes back.
TJ Moore.
TJ Moore and Bryant Wesco came back. Why?
Well, they knew Vizina was going. They knew Vizina was going to be the quarterback.
Right. They knew that going into this. They had to have. So that gives me some confidence towards Vizina. That gives me some confidence. Or maybe they saw Tate Renham's throw. I don't know. But more than likely.
Or maybe Dabo can sell water to a drowning man.
That's also true. That's also true. Some other offensive standouts are King. This is by far my favorite Clemson player this year. Christian Bentoncourt. Please, if you buy stock in somebody, I tried to sell this to you last year. I might have been a year too early. Christian Bentoncourt is going to be a target machine. He is going to be golden corral for targets. It is going to be a buffet of targets for that cat. 4 catches, 45 yards, and he just looks good. Mm-hmm. He can block. He can catch. He's athletic. He's got it all. He is the complete package. Gordon Sellers, 3 catches and a touchdown. We talked about the touchdown. Very acrobatic. 9 targets. By far led the team in targets. Like you said, he was thrown at least 45 times. I think that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. It's his first time being in front of fans out in Death Valley. And I think that was purposeful in putting a lot of pressure on him. Mm-hmm. I think they expect a lot out of him. So don't get too caught up in drop passes and stuff. Let's get those nerves out of the way now. I think this cat's going to be good. I think he's going to be super, super good.
Hard to keep off the field for sure.
Right. And the stats don't lie right there. We talk about how you watch offers for recruitings. You know how to watch it, see who's the best receivers out there. Go see who they target, because that's who they like at practice. Go see who they target. The targets will tell you who's who. Gideon Davidson, 9 rushes, 80 yards. And I thought about this for a second. He had a long rush of 35 yards. Pretty good run. Looked good on the sideline. If you take that away, he still went 8 for 45. Not too shabby. Good day at the office. And I'm looking for him to take a big step forward. I really am.
Yeah, I also think that says a lot about the offensive line that was running out with orange and the defensive line that was running out with white. I don't feel good about our depth on the defensive line. I know we're getting to the depth chart later in the episode, but I think that the first team offensive line in orange did a really good job at taking advantage of that.
Spin zone, our first team offensive line is just dominant.
Yeah, road graders.
We're road graders. We're going to lean on you. Tyler Brown, you can bookmark this. This is going to be a Tyler Brown legacy year.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I honestly think last year he just hung out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah,
I really don't think he was as focused as he needed to be last year, and hopefully this year he's a little bit more dialed in, thinking that maybe it's his money year, maybe he's eligible for the draft and wants to put up some good numbers. So we'll see. But I like him this year. I really do.
Think about it. I mean, in Garrett Riley's system, if you've learned stick, that's all you need to learn as a receiver. Yeah. What else you studying? Hey, I'm running stick. I'm running stick against LSU. I'm running stick against SMU.
But the thing is, too, about Garrett Riley's offense, all it was ever sold to us is that we're going to get our playmakers in space. And I don't think it ever really did a phenomenal job about doing that. Chad Morris is way better at getting playmakers in space. That was his calling card when he was at Clemson before.
And you know what Tyler Brown is? A playmaker.
Yeah.
He needs to have the ball in space. Needs to. You go back to his freshman year. The dude makes plays with the balls and with the ball in his hand.
Are you okay, man? You got something on your brain tonight or what? Yeah, I mean.
Nah, man. I'm good. It's a Valley Rat getting after it tonight. I love that. Valley Rat. That's just cool. Sharon, I appreciate you. I hope you listen to this. Naheem Burrows, 3 catches, 28 yards, 4 targets. Not too bad.
Nice catch over the middle of the field, too.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. The middle of the field? You can use the middle of the field in the passing game?
Mm-mm.
That's wild, man.
On a stick route. We don't go past 3 yards.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, but that one was in the teens, I think.
Nah, it can't be. Can't be. Your eyes deceived you, Destin. Your eyes deceived you. Anybody else you want to highlight from the offensive side of the ball?
Oh, you want to talk about the center position?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Let's talk about the center position.
So Harris Sewell ran out there with the ones.
Mm-hmm.
We also saw Elijah Thurman play center.
Yep.
We also saw Grant Wise play center. We saw Gavin Blanchard play center. So what that tells me is they got a lot of guys that are snapping the ball in practice. No shortage of center options. And a lot of those guys can play guard too. So, like Harris Sewell obviously is moving from guard. He can play guard. Elijah Thurman's probably going to start at left guard. Gavin Blanchard could probably play guard. So
think about this.
Good.
If Elijah Thurman plays snaps at center this year, he would have played every single position on the offensive line during his tenure at Clemson.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. I don't think people give him enough credit. I think his injuries have caused some of that, but true freshman, he was starting at left tackle.
Yeah.
Played some right tackle. He's played both guard spots, if I remember correctly.
It's impressive.
He doesn't get enough credit for how good he is.
I really like the left side of that offensive line. Like I think Elijah Thurman at left guard and Braden Jacobs at left tackle, like that's stout.
It's not the backup defensive line. It's the first string offensive line. Okay, yeah. Get that in your head, Dustin.
Yeah, if those two stay healthy, that's a good.
If we talk about the center with the highest upside, it's Grant Wise.
Yeah,
I think Grant Wise by far has the highest upside. But I think what you get with him is someone who doesn't know the offense yet.
Right.
All right. He's very new to this. However, he's been here since December or January. That's a very, very, very big positive. If you want to learn the offense, hey, you're in the same boat as everybody else because guess what's changed? The offensive coordinator. Offensive line coach hasn't changed, but I think this guy is savvy enough to pick up what we're doing just as fast as everybody else. Wouldn't doubt to see him play some center. However, you don't want somebody who doesn't know what they're doing at center. Cerebral.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get the correct IDs and stuff at that spot. I mean, that's just such a mental position. Yeah. You know what else I saw, Will, that I really liked?
What's that?
Our guy, Carter Scruggs, on the white offensive line going up against the first team defensive line, getting a little feisty after the play with Vic Burley.
I like that. Hey, you know what else I like? I like Vic Burley getting after it.
Same.
Most of the time you see him, he's happy-go-lucky, laughing, cutting up. I like to see him have some piss to him too.
Yep, for sure.
Iron sharpens iron, Dustin. And we had coming into the full transparency. Is your hand up? Valley Rats, our hands are up. Dustin and I came into Carter Scruggs' film kind of with some speculation. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Skeptical is the word I was looking for. Different SK word instead of SC. SP. I didn't want to say P because then you'd accuse me of something else. We watched Carter Scruggs' senior tape.
I went into the film thinking like, oh, maybe this guy will start eventually, but then now I left the film saying this guy could start for 3 years on the offensive line.
We have this last class is one of the most talented classes we've had in a long time as offensive linemen. I mean, I don't know who would disagree with me. Chance Barclay could play every position on the offensive line. Grant Wise can play every position on the offensive line. Carter Scruggs can play guard or tackle. Adam Guthrie is going to be a tackle. Brandon Wimes, who we haven't watched yet, has been getting great reviews from the coaches. I mean, they've been raving about him during spring practice. He's huge. He's 6'8".
Taller than Braden Jacobs.
Taller than Braden Jacobs. He would call Braden Jacobs' son. Maybe not. He's a little bit skinnier. He's 270. Braden Jacobs is like 320. So I don't think he would do that yet.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what that looks like. The center position is going to be a very, very key battle to watch. I think it's honestly between Sewell and Blanchard. I think Thurman and Wise getting reps there is just for reps to make sure we have backups if something is to happen. We have multiple guys because you never want to go into a season with two centers. That ain't enough. Anybody else you want to highlight? Easton Ware.
I think he had so day. I heard about Armand Mason getting around him one time. You know, that's not a good sign.
Our defensive line. I keep trying to tell you about our defensive line, second string being good. You don't want to listen to me.
Yeah, okay.
Defensive ends are deep.
I like the defensive ends. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, so you should let's just calm down over there. And when Andy Berberaja comes back, he's going to slide right into where Courtney Kelly was going to be. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. Let's slide into the defense. The defense. You want to talk about a day from the defensive line? Let's talk about the first string defensive line having a day.
Marcus
Strong had a sack and a half or maybe half a sack. Vic Burley, 3 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2.5 TFLs. London Merritt, 4 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 3 TFLs. Darian Mayo, 6 tackles, 1 sack, 2.5 TFLs. Now, all those guys, that was against the white roster. That does not mean the skin color. That means the level on the depth chart. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. Polo Anderson with 6 tackles. That's going against the orange. I like seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Fletcher Cothran is a name to highlight, Dustin. 10 tackles against the ones.
Crazy. He played a little bit in the bowl game, I'm pretty sure.
And he didn't look bad.
Yeah, I think he's one of those will options. So I think that, like, you got some competition going on at will there. I think that he could slide in there at some point.
You know who's also on scholarship now?
Who's that?
Fletcher Cothran.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, for sure he has to be.
Now,
yeah, he has to be. Yeah.
That doesn't push my narrative though.
Oh, okay. You wanted the dramatic effect of him being on scholarship.
You don't sleep on a white guy named Fletcher. Ask anybody who played Purdue this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Fletcher Lawyer. That's a hell of a name. That dude belongs in an Ivy League school. He does not belong at Purdue.
Correct.
Maybe he's a good math magician or whatever they call him. Fletcher led the team in tackles, 10 tackles.
Not bad day.
You put any weight to that?
It's spring game, man. I'm not trying to put too much weight into it.
Here we go. You want to push narratives on Grant Wise and Elijah Thurman. Now you want to shift gears on my King Fletcher. I walk on King Fletcher Cothran. I'm watching you. Don't worry. Marcus Strong had a good day at the office. I don't think Amari Adams played.
No.
My King Miles Oliver. He might have been the one who had the touchdown scored on him by Gordon Sellers. Whatever.
Man, I saw a play of Corey Myrick coming downhill.
That's what it was.
And blowing up a screen pass.
Beautiful.
Looked like RJ Mickens.
Beautiful. It looked beautiful.
It looked like RJ Mickens. He was very good at doing that, and I thought that's who it looked like to me.
It looked like a safety playing confidently.
Yeah.
In the defense. We didn't see that last year.
Looked like safety playing
last year.
Looked like safety playing fast is what it looked like.
Like fast is confidence, in my opinion. You play fast, you're not thinking. You're not thinking, you're confident.
Yeah.
You start thinking, you start second guessing yourself, you start playing like piss. Not in a good way.
It was a good play.
So all in all, yes, it is the spring game. I agree with you, Dustin. I give you a hard time. For what it's worth, I think we have a lot of talent still in the football field. I think whenever you go into a season, it's never as bad as it seems, never as good as it seems. You watch the spring game. Vizina going 10 for 18 is not as bad as it seems. It's not as good as it seems. Same thing with Tate Reynolds. We're going to put a lot of weight in those things. What our coaches are going to see is how they do when they stack days. That's what's going to determine a competition. Not a spring game performance, not a scrimmage performance, not one practice performance, not a week performance, not a Dabo just gave him a shout out and a press game conference because Dabo's known to do that. It's stacking days. Who's going to stack days? And honestly, I think Tate Reynolds being a passive, I call it passive competition because I think this is Vizina's job to lose. So I call that a passive competition. If it's someone where it's 1-1, like we don't know who's going to win, I think that's a real competition. I think this is a passive competition.
Yeah.
But that's going to push Vizina to be better.
Right.
So, and it's going to push Tate Reynolds to be better. So I'm super excited to see what that quarterback room can do. I think it's better than what people think, but people don't think very highly of that room, to be honest. Is there any room that you came out of the spring game saying, oof, maybe it's not as good as I thought?
I mean, for me, it's just the depth at D tackle. Like I love Burley, I love Adams, I love Strong, but then after that, it's kind of like, hey, Cam Cody, he had a good day.
He did.
Like that's someone that keeps getting mentioned amongst practice. Like he's just a strong, heavy-handed kid.
You know who really likes Cam Cody?
Sorry, that guy.
Yeah, this guy right here. I've been trying to tell y'all, big truck Cam Cody is going to be a good ball player. But I'm not humbly. I want to say I called it first. Special teams. Dustin, do we have a real competition in the punt room?
I don't know, man. I mean, Jack Smith was our MVP for the first half of the season last season, but didn't finish the season well.
No, he did not. That Pinstripe Bowl was
shambolic. Shambolic is what people would say.
What does that mean?
Horrible, disgusting.
I've never heard of that before. Is that some sort of black term?
Yeah, it is.
Like that? Is that something your family says? That's what I mean by black, by the way, guys.
You've never heard shambolic?
I've never heard shambolic. Is that like
man,
Charleston thing?
You got to get out more, man.
Is that a soccer thing? I don't know that.
I don't know, man.
We don't say that in America.
Yeah.
That's an Irish thing or something, dude. I think you made it up just now, to be honest with you. Shambolic. Should I look it up real quick?
Dude, it's a word. I don't know what to tell you. S-H-A-M, bollock.
Yeah, because sham's the part I can't spell, but bollock, you know.
Chaotic, disorganized, or mismanaged.
I'll be darned. It's an English word. Informal British. Like
Daggum Sumter education, man.
Sorry we speak American in Sumter, not British.
But anyways, yeah, Will McCloon, man. Charleston Southern transfer. Having a day.
Had a day. 3 punts, 164 yards, 49-yard long. Not too shabby. Now, Jack Smith had a good day, too. 3 punts, 122 yards, 54-yard long, and one inside the 20. Hey, I like to see that, too. Can you pin him inside the 20? Yes, no, maybe so. What I did not like to see was how the kickers did. Nolan Hooser got called out by Dabo on the mic.
That was hilarious. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened there? So they basically said, we're going to go for it. He said, we're going to go for it on fourth, but I'm just going to pretend like we would have kicked it and sent Hauser out there for a 48-yarder. And then he missed it. He said, well, I guess I made the right decision because he would have missed, and then just ran the offense back out there. Hilarious, man. In front of everybody. I mean, this is like a megaphone over the stadium. I was trying to listen to the game on the Roar. Shout out the Roar. Just to get like a play-by-play. And all you could hear was Dabo on the mic. That's all you could hear.
Dustin Black listening to it 1970s style. You were Rudy listening to it on the radio.
It's the only way we could consume it.
Were you sitting cross-legged by the AM FM?
I was.
Did you have a bowl of cereal?
I did not.
Did you have your blankie?
Yeah.
I guess people in the 70s just listened to the radio with a blankie. I don't know where that came from. But RG3, Robert Gunn III, 35-yard field goal. Never mind. I don't know if there's anything to that. Do you think there's anything to that?
No. I think he's just got Hauser in the doghouse. He's been pretty displeased with him through spring.
Well, he's another one who kind of went off the edge this year or last year.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't automatic last year by any means.
No, it wasn't. And that kid is super talented. He needs to be doing better.
Absolutely. Recruiting. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of spring game, spring practice?
No, I think it's definitely been one of the springs of Clemson football. Will
a spring practice has occurred?
Yeah, like I said, I just think it's a huge summer for these guys. I think that the one thing is that I noticed with Dabo on the microphone is that he's serious about getting rid of this entitlement in the side of the program.
Do you have the bracket up on your computer?
Dogging Sammy Brown for a late hit out. No, I don't.
You're lagging. Are you on Facebook? Are you on MySpace right now?
What about now?
You look great now.
No, I was going to Seth Williams' recruiting profile. I guess I can't go to On3 while we're on air.
Yeah, let's not do that, man. That takes more than like 2 megabytes.
Dude, my computer is just bad. I need to get a new computer. But anyways, yeah, like I think he's serious about getting this entitlement out of the program, like dogging Sammy Brown, dogging Hauser. Like, I think publicly shaming kids, not shaming, but publicly coaching kids hard.
Let's clip that part. We just got to go out here and publicly shame some kids. Let's do it.
Publicly coaching kids hard in front of everybody is awesome, and I love to see it.
Yes, and it needs to happen. These guys, I think they got fat. Theoretically, not hypothetically. And I think they should. If they didn't get humbled last year, then I don't know. They're not competitors. There's zero piss to them, and I hope that's not the case. So, I like to see that. I like to see him, like when I was at practice, like I said, he was dogging Tate Reynolds up and down that football field. That's great. That's great. You want to hear that. You want to see that. There's no fragile egos out there. And if you are, you better learn a new one. You better get a new one, or you better just go somewhere else. And that's how it should be. Clemson should have been recycling kids that don't need to be there. Period. Yeah. If you're soft, you don't need to be there. If you can't get with it, get lost. Who used to say that? Was that Birdman?
I don't know, man. I think so. Yeah, maybe, probably.
Yeah, that's some shambolic right there. I know you know what that is.
But I just want to put this out there too. I don't know this happens at Clemson. I'm not foreshadowing anything at Clemson, but I think that there are going to be kids that transfer out after spring concludes at other programs.
Can that happen?
No, but they're not going to enforce it. Like they're not gonna technically enter the portal. What they're gonna do is they're just gonna enroll at another school, and then like they're gonna be eligible. I promise you, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're probably right, and everybody's gonna be outraged, and the NCAA is gonna do nothing about it.
Yeah,
let's not talk that way, Dustin. Let's not talk about it. We're not there yet. Let's not talk that way. You don't. College football is a beautiful thing. I don't want to look at all the warts right now. Recruiting can't let us down.
Yeah, no way. No way recruiting lets us down.
Yeah, so believe it or not, we're in a decent spot with recruiting. Things are just happening later than they normally do. Why is that, Dustin? We talked about this last week. It's probably because of contracts. It's probably because of spring ball. It's a whole bunch of different things. It's different roster management. It's having more people with their hands in the pot, right? But we have a GM now.
Kids are actually getting paid to go on visits too.
Didn't know that. Yeah,
they're actually getting paid to visit schools.
Did not know that. Who pays them?
Little brothers to the South are big on that. You laugh, they really are. Like they'll pay kids to come visit them and be on campus.
That's pretty awesome. Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
No, but other schools are doing it too. So it's like, I'll just throw Auburn under the bus. I have an Auburn visit in a month. Well, I'm not going to commit to you because I'm getting paid X amount of dollars to go on a visit. So I'm going to go take the visit.
Can you fault them? That'd be foolish. That'd be foolish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, that's why the schools do it, because they just want a shot. They don't want to say like, hey, you come visit us in July, and we'll be your last visit, but hey, we want to make sure you actually come on the visit, so we'll just pay you to come.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's stupid. What's happened to our sport? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Wait till we're 0-3. If we're 0-3, we'll all bash college football because that's the problem. That's the only reason we're 0-3.
Dude, if we're 0-3, we're losing to Charleston. No, not Charleston Southern. Who's Georgia Southern?
One of the Southerns.
Yeah, Georgia
Southern.
Brothers
down south.
We're gonna lose to Georgia Southern. Is that what Will Cockrell's saying?
In this hypothetical scenario where I allow you to tarnish the sport, yes.
Yeah, Georgia Southern's beating us at home. Wow.
And Charleston Southern, if you stop the count, a couple of years ago they had us.
Yeah.
On the ropes, baby, 10-0. Let's get recruiting. Seth Williams. I can't remember if we talked about him last week. Did we talk about him last week, committee?
I don't think so.
Well, just in case we didn't, a lot of schools saw him as a safety, 6'2", 6'3", 180-ish. We offered him as a corner. Tom Allen was very explicit what kind of athletes he wanted, and you're seeing that in his offers. A corner we're going to talk about in a minute, and Bryant Robinson is also offered as a corner. He's an athlete, listed as athlete from some sites, but he's offered as a corner for Clemson, is also 6'2", 6'3". So Tom Allen is showing his hand. He showed his hand late October of 2025, and he is following that up with the offers. Follow the offers, and you'll see what we're going to do. Seth Williams is a commit. Again, like I said, a lot of places offered him as a safety. He got offered as a corner here, commits. There were some other schools that were really interested in him. I know Penn State was interested in him. I can't think of any other school off the top of my head. I just know it was Penn State. So does that carry the same weight for you now? Does the logo carry the same weight, or is it Matt Campbell versus James Franklin? Soon to be told. We talk about some Chris. Is there anything you want to say on Seth Williams?
No, I hope it works out, man. Happy to have him. I admittedly, I have not watched him play.
I usually don't watch these guys play until we're a lot closer to signing day.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is I'll turn on the tape and I'll say, ooh, I like this guy. And I'll watch it again. Oh, I really like this. I really like that. And then I'll be like, all right, this is my guy.
Yeah, but from everything that they're reporting, like the kid really wanted the Clemson offer, and as soon as he got it, he committed.
Yeah.
So
he's a 5-star in my book. Hands down. Easy.
Yeah.
You know who's not a 5-star? Sidney Rouleau, the French Canadian. Yeah. See ya, buddy. Bonjour, whatever they say to see. Bon voyage. What do they say in France to get rid of you?
I don't know. It's not
shambolic.
It's Canada, man. What are you talking about?
They say shambolic. They say sorry. Sorry, I'm going to Michigan. So I can't imagine going from Canada to Texas to play high school football.
Yeah, that's wild.
How did he survive? That's why he's going back up north to Michigan. He can't handle the South. Yeah. See ya. Unless you flip. If you flip, you're the best thing since sliced bread. No, but in all seriousness, Sidney Rollo, the Canadian Texan, committed to Michigan yesterday. Good luck. Have fun. I really like Michigan's head coach, whose name is now slipping my mind.
Dude, have you seen this? Have you seen this stuff on Twitter about these women that he's hired to run his football program? Have you seen this?
No, I have not. I've seen
one of the women that he hired. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one girl's like in her 20s. Beautiful.
Hey, be careful. Your wife is in the other room.
I know, but she's in her 20s. She's beautiful. Director of football operations, and she was his secretary at Utah. And it's like, buddy, read the room.
Are there allegations about the run it back? Are they running it back?
Like they just got fired for having an inappropriate work relationship, and then he's like, "Oh, let me show you what a real inappropriate work relationship looks like."
Here's my how we do it in Utah, baby.
Here's my This is just one of many in Utah, you know.
Yeah, polygamous, baby. Shout out.
Anyways,
he doesn't follow him on social media though.
Yeah, he has like 2 followers. I really like Michigan this year, but that's a whole nother story.
We don't need to talk about that. Not today. You can do that on your own free time, Dustin. We're not going to do that.
Outside the valley?
Yeah. Outside the valley? Outside the valley. What do we call those fans?
I don't know.
Those aren't valley rats.
They're not, man.
No, they're scumbags. Scallywags. Crystal balls. We got some crystal balls for Gary Walker, running back out of Georgia. Jamarian Waffle House Simmons, wide receivers, got 4 crystal balls. Come on. Just quit toying with it and just commit. Okay?
Yeah.
Carter Jones, out of your favorite state.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, 2 crystal balls. Griff Galloway, his dad coaches at Clemson, wide receiver coach, assistant wide receiver coach. Not to be confused with Tyler Grisham. 1 crystal ball. Jaden Worth. I like this guy. Out of Dutch Fork. He's been trending towards Clemson lately. Mm-hmm. He was a Carolina guy. He seems to be trending towards Clemson.
Really good showing at Under Armour camp.
Really good showing. He was the MVP, defensive MVP. Bryant Robinson, who we talked about earlier, got a crystal ball to Clemson. What do you notice?
Good momentum.
Good momentum. You know what I noticed? I noticed 3 running backs that were in contention for. Two legitimately in contention for. I wouldn't count Trey Segura as a contention. I think that's between Tennessee and South Carolina at this point. Honestly, I think he's a South Carolina lock.
Honestly, I'll believe that we have a running back signed to the class when they sign to the class.
I'll believe it when I watch him in spring ball.
Yeah.
Because Luke Farrelly, if he didn't teach us anything, it don't matter how long you've been at the school. You can go wherever you want. This is America. And Luke Farrelly taught us that. Thank you, Luke. Gary Walker and Andrew Beard are 2 that were trending. And would it be bad to get both?
No, we should get both.
I don't know why we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about it right now, actually.
I don't know why we're not talking about it right now, but we're talking about it right now.
We're talking about it right now. Any other updates from recruiting that you want to highlight? Anybody else I missed?
No, I don't think so. I think it's we're just in kind of a lull right now. Underclassmen Day is coming up. Is that in May?
There's one in May 2nd, I believe.
Okay, so that's Underclassmen Day, and then May 31st is the OV, Cookout. The big OV weekend. So, yep.
Maybe it's not May. I might have my dates mixed up.
I don't remember when it is. Yeah.
I'm so gassed up from the spring ball and from Brooks Austin. Shout out Brooks Austin doing a film review of Chris Vizina. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I think the Chris Vizina haters will like him more after that video, and I think the Chris Vizina truthers might find their level.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
So this is what the whole episode's about, 40 minutes in. The projected depth chart. And Dustin, this is going to be fun, I think. Should we start with quarterback?
Yeah, I think we're pretty in lockstep there with Chris Vizina is going to start in Baton Rouge, and Tate's going to eventually take over that job, right?
CVTR. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. I think you're right.
I've kind of think after that bye week, like I think if I'm writing a script for the beginning of the season, it's that Vizina starts in Baton Rouge. We struggle. We lose.
You're writing the script and we struggle.
Yeah.
If you're writing the script, Dustin, we win every game 45-0.
That's
your favorite president.
Will's script. I'll throw Will's script in there. We lose to Georgia Southern. No, I'm kidding. I think you see both against Georgia Southern. Obviously, we should win that one handily. And then you go to North Carolina. Comes to us. Bill Belichick. I don't think they're going to be very good this year either. By the way, I don't think they're going to be good at all.
I agree.
So probably win that game. Then you have to go to Cal, and when you go to Cal, I think is when Vizina really struggles. And then maybe Tate comes in for like the second half or a quarter or gets some drives and kind of flashes a little bit. And then you come home to Miami. And I think that's really where we cross the bridge. I think that's where Tate just like, where Vizina maybe just like mightily struggles at home. Clemson's down big. Then Tate comes back in the second half and I don't think we beat Miami, but I think that he does enough to get us back in a competitive game. Bye week, Tate takes over the starting job. Tate starts against Charleston Southern to get his confidence up.
Okay. It's 9:31 p.m. on March 30th. And your script for our Clemson football season has us struggling against LSU, struggling against Cal on a Friday, and then struggling against Miami to get Tate Reynolds' job.
We're starting 2-3, buddy.
Psych. We're going to put a bet on this. Me and the Valley Rats, we're going to attack you and with a force that you've never seen before.
Hey, I'm over on our win total. Our win total is 7.5. I think we go 8-4.
I think we go over. I'm not ready to say
8. You're not going to pump me full of sunshine, Will.
I will.
You can pump whoever you want, but you're not pumping me. Okay?
Dustin, I will pump you so hard. Let's go to the running back room. You know who's not third string in the quarterback room?
Is Denson not third string? Is that what you were going to say?
Guys, okay. Please. Okay. I and nothing against Chris Denson, but let's stop. Please, let's stop. Let's try.
He's more likely to change positions at Clemson than he ever is to start a game at Clemson. By far.
Or spin zone. In your script, everything is in lockstep except Tate Reynolds fails a test. I'm not going to say he gets hurt. Gets academically suspended. Chris Denson comes in, dominates.
Yeah, they're not here to do school, buddy.
Yeah. All right. So running back room. Who's your starter?
Gideon Davidson. Yeah.
Backup or 1A, 1B?
Chris Johnson. Then it gets interesting because I refuse to give up on Jay Haynes. I just refuse to give him up.
You're not going to pump me through sunshine, buddy. Sunshine.
Jay Haynes has been my guy since we recruited him. I always thought he was a little undervalued on the recruiting trail. I thought that he did good things whenever he was in the game. I just think he really struggles to stay healthy. I mean, obviously, all last year he was hurt. He got hurt in the ACC championship because we decided to put him on kickoff return when he was our only running back option, which was great. But I think that like Jay Haynes is clearly better than David Ezemume. I think Ezemume is not going to be a third option in this room. I think if Jay Haynes gets healthy, he's clearly the third best running back.
You're hating really hard right now. So much.
And the wild card in all this is Jarvis Green too, because I do think Jarvis Green is, maybe not like the most explosive running back that we have on the roster, but I think Jarvis Green can play.
How many touchdowns did Jay Haynes score against Texas in the playoffs?
0.
How many did Jarvis Green score?
He scored 1.
Okay. And your third string guy scored 0 touchdowns against Texas in the playoffs 2 years ago.
But he's also scored like 6 touchdowns in his career.
That's not.
Yeah.
It's not nasty. Yeah. All right, wide receiver X. So that's your war daddy. That's your guy who needs to go win. Who's our wide receiver X?
TJ Moore.
TJ Moore. Who's our backup? Gordon Sellers, right?
Yep.
Your Z. Let's go to Z. I think that's Bryant Wesco.
Yep.
Would you agree?
I would.
Who's our 2?
Good old everyone's fan favorite, Cole Turner.
I think you're right. Connor Salmon had a catch. Nice negative 2-yard gain. Loss.
Needed another year outside of Virginia football, I guess.
We're going to make you love. Virginia's for lovers, Dustin. Not for haters. Wide receiver Y. Tyler Brown and Naheem Burrows. I think it's going to be Tyler Brown.
Yeah, probably Tyler Brown to start.
I think Naheem Burrows. All right, in your script, when does Naheem Burrows make that transition?
I don't know, man. It's going to be one of those things. I think that this is the wide receiver room that, like, there's just going to be so much fluctuation with production. I think that like TJ Moore and Bryant Wesco are obviously going to produce the most out of that whole room, more than anybody. But I think like there's going to be Tyler Brown games. I think there's going to be Christian Bendicker games. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just think it's gonna that kind of level is gonna fluctuate. But I think that I think Naeem Burrows is probably gonna flash at some point, and who knows when. But he's just too talented. He's too talented to keep off the field.
Well, and the way that
such a deep room, man. I mean, like think about your second string is Gordon Sellers, Naeem Burrows, and Cole Turner. I mean, it's pretty solid.
Not too shabby. I can live with that. And you know what? Chad Morris does a lot. He uses the hell out of that Y. They are going to be running all over the place. So even if Naheem Burrows stays the second string all year, he will get his opportunities.
Yeah, and that's going to be the fun thing too, because these guys are going to line up everywhere. Like we're going to see TJ Moore line up in the slot at times, or he's going to be motion. He's going to be motioned to get a certain matchup and things like that. It's going to be fun.
Don't be shocked to see Tyler Brown in the backfield.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked. I'm not. Could you imagine Adam Randall and Chad Morris's offense as a receiver?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
I don't want to talk about it. All right, tight end room. Christian Bentoncourt is our number one.
Olsen Pat Henry's our number one.
Olsen Pat Henry's our number one. Okay, so this is our first contention.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, obviously he's missed 2 springs, so I mean that doesn't help. But I think Olsen Pat Henry's the veteran, and I think that he'd get the nod as a tight end 1.
Coming off an injury?
Yeah.
Can he block like Christian Bentoncourt?
Yeah. Olsen Pat Henry has NFL tight end upside.
He does.
People just don't see it because we don't throw to our tight ends in the pass offense.
We will now. You know what Chad Morris produced? Dwayne Allen,
yeah.
Ford, Jordan Leggett, Cooper. What was his last name? Sam Cooper, Sam Seckinger. Some guys who could catch that football.
Yeah.
He left. Everything changed. The best tight end in the Tony Elliott and beyond era was Jake Brenningstool. Not a tight end. Not a true tight end. Yeah. So you're saying Olsen Pat Henry?
I am, yeah.
And you want to die on that hill? I think
we're going to see. I think we're going to see a ton of 12 personnel. To be honest with you, I think the Pinnaker and Olsen Pat Henry are going to be out there. I'm telling you, man.
I hope you're right, but I don't want to do this again.
Yeah,
my heart. I don't know if my heart can handle it because Christian Bentoncourt. Can I speak freely?
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't. I just think Christian Bentoncourt is a more all-around tight end than Olsen Pat Henry. But I'll give it to you, man. You know what? You've sold me. If it's even, you know what Dabo goes with?
The veteran
guy. I'll give you that, even though I know you're full of something.
Yeah.
All right. Who's third string? Charlie Crockett, whatever his name is? Charlie Johnson?
No. Logan Brooking.
Oh, I forgot. My bad, Logan.
You forgot?
My bad. Dude. That's your king. I know that's your king. I'm sorry.
That's disrespectful, man.
And that's disrespectful to Charlie Johnson, who was running up the ones the other day.
Wait, isn't it Charlie Jones? What is his last name?
Alex Jones.
It probably is Charlie Johnson.
I think it is Charlie Johnson. Hold on. Not Charlie Sheen. Charlie Johnson.
Okay.
Question me. Walk on knowledge. You should know my walk on knowledge is elite. Left tackle, Braden Jacobs, easiest one, right?
Yep, for sure.
No questions. We'll call it the backup slate because I think this is going to be the most fun. Left guard, Elijah Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, I'm not going to say that. Your mom named you perfectly. Center.
Harriswell.
I agree. Right guard. Colin Sadler.
Mm-hmm.
Right tackle. Easton Ware.
I think that the only thing that might change is Colin Sadler right tackle, Grant Wise right guard. What do you think about that?
I don't hate it. I don't disagree with it.
Because you had talked about before when we talked about offensive line that you don't mind the right tackle spot being your weak link.
Well, yeah. I want him to. I don't care if he's a bad pass blocker.
Yeah.
I want him to be solid, and I want whoever's next to him. Like Colin Sadler would be the perfect person to put next to a young guy. He's been there for 94 years.
Right.
Backup center.
So that's the thing is it's like either one of those two combinations because Sadler is kind of going to move everywhere. Oh, backup center Blanchard.
Yeah, I agree. Backup left guard.
I'm going to go Barclay. Yeah.
You think above O'Connell?
Yeah. I think O'Connell's probably your right guard, right? Oh, I guess in this situation it would be Wise, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And backup left tackle.
Man, see, that's where I struggle. I don't know who the backup left tackle is. I think Elijah Thurman would be. I think Elijah Thurman gets kicked out of left tackle.
I think you're exactly right.
And then either Tucker Caddis or Ronan O'Connell's the next guy up.
I think what people don't realize a lot of time is you'll see a 2 deep on the offensive line, but it's not a true 2 deep. Like in certain situations, it seemed like I was the third string left or right tackle when I was playing, but there ain't no way that I was the third string left or right tackle. Because if Mitch Hyatt went down, they were going to put in Joe Gore. If Joe Gore went down, they were going to kick out Eric McLean. If Eric McLean went down, like there was like guys are just going to be multi-positional, and that's when Clemson's at their best offensive lines. And this offensive line, Harris Sewell has played left guard, right guard, and now center. Elijah Thurman has played left tackle, right tackle, and I think both of the guard spots. I might be wrong with that. And now he's getting reps at center. Braden Jacobs hasn't played guard and tackle. Let's see. Grant Wise is center and guard. Colin Sadler has played every position on the freaking football team. So you've got guys who can play every single position. So you have more depth than you have bodies. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's a great way to say it.
So I like the offensive line depth this year more than I did last year.
They're just young. It's a more talented offensive line. They're just younger. Yeah. That's it.
Which is funny we say more talented because we had more 5-stars last year.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started.
Defensive end. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Do you like our – so let's recap the offense. Chris Zazina starting quarterback, Gideon Davidson starting running back with backup Chris Johnson Jr., TJ Moore at the X, Gordon Sellers is backup, Tyler Moore at the Y, or Tyler Brown at the Y, Ian Burroughs is backup, Bryant Westcott at the Z, Cole Turner his backup, Olsen Pat Henry the starting tight end. I disagree with you, but I agree with your logic. Christian Pettencourt second, Logan Burke third, Braden Jacobs starting left tackle, starting left guard Elijah Thurman, starting center Harris Sewell, starting guard right guard Colin Sadler, starting right tackle Easton Ware.
I like it.
Defensive end. I think that's Will Help.
Yep.
Easy. And our other starting defensive end. Will it be Jaheim Lawson or will it be London Merritt?
Man, I think that's good. That's going to be a fun competition right there. I think London Merritt's better than Jaheim Lawson.
I think Jaheim Lawson wins it, though.
Yep. Me too.
But London Merritt is going to see the football field a lot.
Darian Mayo is going to see the football field a lot.
Ari Watford's going to see the football field.
He's going to see the football field a lot. CJ Wesley, who they brought in as a transfer, is going to see the football field a lot. Dude, it is a deep room. Like I'm telling you, like the defensive end room is nice. Like it's a nice room.
Does London Merritt back up Will Helt or Jaheim Lawson? Or does it not matter?
I think Darian Mayo and Will Helt are the same player. Long, 6'6", whatever, how tall they are. And then London Merritt and Jaheim Lawson are kind of similar players.
You just made me like blush smile thinking about these defensive ends. You really did. I just got giddy. All right. I think that's your 5.
Yeah, I like that room a lot, man. I really do.
Starting defensive tackles, I think it's Amari Adams. And I think it's Marcus Strong. Would you disagree?
100% agree.
I think when Marcus Adams goes out, I think Vic Burley comes in. I think when Marcus Strong goes out,
we're screwed.
Champ Thompson.
I like Cam Cody.
I know you're partially kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm not kidding.
I honestly think that could happen. I really think that could happen.
No, I'm serious. I think Cam Cody is on the 2 deep.
I'm putting it. Let's be bold. Let's put it on there. Sam is easy.
I mean, Will, you got to look at how they treated the transfer portal. They went after defensive tackles.
Yeah,
they went. There's a reason why they went after D tackles. They did not like the guys that were still there.
They went after defensive tackles. They went after defensive ends. They went after linebackers. They went after cornerbacks. They went after safeties. They went after the entire defense.
Yeah, but I mean, you had Courtney Kelly. You had Andy Berberajia. Berberajia. I mean, like you had multiple guys.
That's true. Courtney Kelly, Berberajia, London Merritt. Oh, that's a defensive end.
Wesley.
Marcus Strong.
Yeah, see, like they hammered the defensive tackle room. So they did not like what was on campus already.
Yeah. Wesley is our 6. Sorry, CJ Wesley.
Yeah.
Artavis Scott.
But it's going to be fun. You know, remember last year they had that package where it was like TJ Parker, Jaheim Lawson, Will Helt, and Peter Woods.
Yep.
Yeah, there's going to be something similar this year where it's going to be like CJ Wesley's going to be on the outside as just like a speed rusher who has no run responsibility whatsoever.
Pin your ears back and start long, baby.
Yep.
Go back and play. Let me look over this before. I feel like I might be missing defensive linemen. This is great podcasting.
No, I don't think so. I think we got it. I mean, I don't know who else you'd add there.
So I want to be sure. Caden Story, I'd say no.
No.
My king, Cam Cody, listed at 6'3". Courtney Kelly. Sorry, RIP. Mekhi Williams, shouldn't say that. He's not dead. He's very alive. Heaven Brown Schuler. Do you see him pushing anybody?
No.
What made me mad about being at practice is I wasn't able to see the trenches. And that's what I like to watch the most. That's not true. I like to watch the trenches. I like to watch the receivers as well. But I didn't get to see the defensive line go, and I kind of wish I would have seen that. We have Vic Burley on there, Andy Berber. Honestly, I think Andy Berberaj is the other guy. He's already a junior.
Over Cam Cody?
Yeah. And Cam Cody would be your 6.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe Andy Berberaj is the 6.
Maybe.
But I think our 2 deep's pretty consistent. Oh no, shoot, we don't have a 2 deep. That's our 5th. Cam Cody's our 5th.
Yeah.
I mean, the talking camp has been Champ Thompson's had a good camp. It has pushed Vic Burley.
Yeah, but they're gonna miss Courtney Kelly.
Yeah, I agree. Sam, is there an argument there?
For Sam, you mean Mike or Will?
You know what? Yes, I mean Mike or Will. My bad.
So Sammy is obviously going to be the Mike. I think Jeremiah's getting a lot of run there at Mike. Like I think if let's say Sammy Kobe McLeod's going to be your starter linebacker duo. Kobe McLeod at Will.
Yeah.
I think if Kobe gets injured, that Jeremiah would slide in and play Mike, and Sammy Brown would go play Will. Like
interesting. I think you're right.
It's those 3 guys, I would say. Those 3 guys are like your starters, quote unquote, whatever you want to call them. So I think Sammy Brown would have to be like a little bit more versatile there.
I think you're sleeping way too hard on my boy Fletcher. I think you're sleeping way too soundly.
So you think he's in the 2 deep at Will?
Well, all right. You tell me who's in the 2 deep. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Braden Riley is a summer enrollee, so I don't think so. Dominic Stanton, 5'9", 230. Jeremiah Alexander. You think he's in the 2 deep? We've already established that. Logan Anderson. He could be a Will. He can run. Logan Roberto, the 2nd. Billy Wilkes. CJ Kuba Taylor, who I want to be good so badly.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in the 2 deep. I don't know. Sammy Brown, naturally. Drew Woodaz. Okay. Fletcher Cothran.
Over Drew Woodaz?
I didn't say that. Jackson Reach, our long snapper. Are you ready for my Jackson Reach propaganda? Because the dude can play.
Yeah, I'm sure he can, man. You watch film? You watch this film?
I actually did watch this film. Is that crazy?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Dude can hit. It's weird. I think it's between Drew Woodaz and Fletcher Cothran, and I think Fletcher Cothran, as the graduate senior, is the backup on paper. I don't know why you're getting a migraine right now. I don't know what I'm saying. Who do you think it is?
You know what helps a migraine?
What? Hydration?
Some espresso.
We know who would be the starters if he was here. We don't need to talk about him. He's gone. Okay, he's gone. You got to live with it.
It almost feels like he was never here.
Man, for that 1 week.
I should have messaged him and be like, "Hey man, can I have the Clemson gear they gave you? I know you're not going to wear it anymore, but can you just like send me whatever gear they got you?"
Dustin, I would absolutely love it if you asked him that.
That's too big brain of a move for me, man.
If 1,000 people watch this video, you have to do
that. Okay.
Is it a deal?
You want me to message him and say, "Hey man, can I just have your Clemson gear they handed out to you?"
Yeah.
Deal.
Okay, so 1,000 people to watch. Please, Valley Rats, let's get after it. Please make Dustin send that to Espresso. We're not going to call him Espresso Martini. He's a martini guy. You know what we are in Clemson? We're beer drinkers. Valley Rats drink beer. They don't drink mixed drinks, right?
Yeah, right.
That's what I thought. Kobe McLeod back up. Final answer. Logan or Drew Woodaz?
I'll go with Fletcher Coughlin. I think your reasoning's there, man. He played in the bowl game. They like the kid. They put him on scholarship. He's
why are you getting a migraine?
Veteran guy. I'm not, man. It's just what does my program become? You know,
we've always had one white walk on that's going to be dominant. We always will.
You know what? Just put a neck roll on Fletcher Crawford and I'm in.
That okay? Deal, Fletcher.
I need a neck roll and then I'm all in.
Fletcher, if you're a Valley Rat, I need you in this. Nickel, your favorite.
Corey and Gibson.
I agree. I think he had a pretty good spring. I think the backup is Tink Kelly.
Yep. And I think the backup to him is Marcel Gibson.
Marcel Gibson had a good spring game. He had 6 tackles.
I tried to tell you, man.
You did. That was your guy.
Kid could play.
Marcel Gibson was your guy. Cam Cody's mine. We got him in the depth chart. We did it. Elliott Washington is the starting cornerback.
He's the best cornerback on the team.
Ashton Hampton's the other.
He's the second best cornerback on the team.
I agree with you. All right. Who is Elliott Washington's backup? Donovan Starr?
I think so.
I think that's your runner. Who's Ashton Hampton's backup?
Brandon Strozier.
Where's Miles Oliver going to go?
I haven't seen the kid play. I don't know, Will.
I saw him play. I'm telling you. Don't go look at the picture of Gordon Sellers. Starting safeties, that is Corey Myrick. That is Jerome Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Backups, which actually Ronan Hannafin was starting in the spring game.
Yeah.
Do with that what you may. Back up to Corey Myrick is Ronan Hannafin, in my opinion. Whatever. I don't know. You spell your name, dude. And then Jerome Carter's backup is
Polo Anderson. Yep.
I think we did it. Dabo, if you're a Valley Rat, which I know you are, we went ahead and got the depth chart done for you. No need to waste all your time trying to figure this out. We got it. The Valley Rats got it for you.
Well, can I plant my flag?
Plant your flag. I want to plant my flag too. We can be some flag planters.
I'm going to pump you full of sunshine right now.
Don't do it. You know I'll smile. You're gonna get me all embarrassed.
So do you ever? You're blushing, man. Do you ever look at like the SP Plus or whatever, the Bill Connolly ratings?
I did. Okay. I learned what it was after you sent some propaganda out.
So Clemson's like in the 26th range. I think 26 was their team, but their defense
23.
But their defense is power ranked as the 16th best defense in the country. Well, I don't think that's high enough.
Go on. Mr. D tackle room is weak.
I think the top end of this defense. I think the ceiling of this defense is very high.
How high is very high? Should I turn my camera off?
I think it's a top 10 defense in the country, man.
Don't do this to me,
dude. Read out loud the starting defense. Just read it out loud.
We did that last year.
I know, but I'm just saying. You got Will Helt, NFL guy. Marcus Strong, NFL guy.
Hey, can I tell you before last year started, I said Will Helt's a first-round defensive end?
Yeah, I know you did.
Okay, just want to say that.
Jaheim Lawson, London Merritt, both of them could play in the NFL. Jaheim Lawson, maybe not. Maybe he could. I don't know. He's creeping up that way for me. London Merritt will. London Merritt's only a sophomore. He will play in the NFL.
It's because of the eyebrow slashes.
Sammy Brown, NFL guy. Elliott Washington, NFL guy. Ashton Hampton, maybe not NFL guy, but very good college player. And then
NFL safety.
Yeah, and then Jerome Carter, Corey Myrick, who've been nothing but stellar since they've stepped on campus, and then Corey Gitson, who only got better throughout the year. And it's one of those things like top 100 kid, by the way, coming out of Texas. Yep. It's one of those things. Tom Allen didn't run his defense last year. Like He literally could not run his system. Yeah, he was handcuffed by personnel. So like, and they were very good at times. They had collapses, just all out like failure where their bad plays were just horrendous. And I get that. But like, if you eliminate just like, half of those, dude, like our defense last year is like a top 15 defense.
Dustin.
And that was with the bad personnel.
Dustin. We're going 10-2.
That's not what I said.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying the defense is going to keep us in damn near every game.
You're reaping what you sow. But like, I keep telling you, and I agree with you. I didn't agree with you as much, but I'm loving it. So now I'm going to agree with you as much. Like I said, the pieces we have on the offensive side of the ball are good enough. The quarterback just needs to be good enough. He doesn't have to go out there and be a world beater. We don't need Chris Vizina to go out there and throw for 4,000 yards next year. I don't think we need that. I think we need a competent offense that doesn't turn the ball over and can capitalize in key situations. We don't need Cade Klubnik throwing for 4,000 yards. We need Chris Vizina going out there and throwing for 2,500, 3,000 yards. 3,000. If Chris Vizina throws for 3,000 yards next year, we won 10 games. You can mark my words on that.
I think if you score 4 touchdowns a game, you go 10-2.
Some value.
If you average 28 points a game next year, you win. You go 10-2.
In our Clemson group chat, if I say we're going 10-2, am I getting booed?
Not booed, but you're getting laughed at.
I'm about to get laughed at because I'm diving right in that head first, buddy.
But it's also, man, like, I mean, we're going to suffer some attrition. Like, there's going to be some injuries, and there's certain injuries that cannot happen next year.
Braden Jacobs cannot get hurt next year.
Sammy Brown cannot get injured next year. Elliott Washington cannot get injured next year.
Okay, this is a game. Kobe McLeod cannot get hurt next year.
Kobe McLeod can get injured.
Bryant Wesco, for the love of God, do not get hurt next year.
Yeah, I would just it would hurt my heart.
Amari Adams and Marcus Strong, please don't get hurt next year.
Gideon Davidson cannot get hurt next year. Chris Johnson cannot run between the tackles and go short yardage.
Or he'll get hurt next year.
Yeah.
What about Keith Adams?
He's not here, man.
Yeah, I know. The bad man's gone. You know what, Dustin? Oh, we've got fan questions. I was about to wrap this up. Listener question. Valley Rats. The Valley Rats United. Teddy Bruschi. Is there anything else you want to add before I go into this?
No, I've said my piece. Listener
question. Did you know Teddy Bruschi, the future Hall of Famer, the Hall of Famer, not future Hall of Famer, is from Greenville, South Carolina, apparently?
Wow.
He's not really. This guy's name is Teddy Bruschi, Brewski, spelt like beer, a brew. Teddy Bruschi, Greenville, South Carolina. Favorite dish, chicken bog. Have you ever had chicken bog, Dustin?
No.
I don't know if I could say I have too. I have to look it up. Oh, I've had this before. Chicken bog is fantastic. Would it be my favorite? Absolutely not.
It's what you refer to as supper. Like when you say like I'm eating supper, that's what you're eating.
I agree. Do you not say that?
No, I don't. I'm not
What
a
do you
supper
say?
eater. We're eating dinner.
I'm having my evening meal, darling. Is that what you say?
I definitely don't say supper.
I say supper.
I know. It's because you're a real South Carolinian man.
Are you on MySpace?
I'm not doing anything.
You're browsing the internet. I know you are. All right. So Teddy Bruschi from Greenville, South Carolina, whose favorite food dish is chicken bog, asks us a pretty good. He asks us multiple questions. Do we want to do all of his questions or just pick one?
No, there was one question about. That's what I was trying to look up. What did he ask?
If he asked, "What do you make of the trench play?" If Christian Denson were to change positions, and then should there be a number one?
The Chris Denson question. Yeah, okay. I like that one.
Let's do that one. You go ahead. Take it.
Wide receiver. Wide receiver. I would say wide receiver is Chris Denson's most natural fit.
You want to hear a hot take?
Yeah.
Chris Denson would be a pretty good Z.
Yeah, I think so.
If he has any hands. If he does not have donkey hooves for hands, which I don't think he does.
Yeah.
He could turn into a decent Z.
I know someone had mentioned like switching to like defensive back, and even like someone said back in the day, Kelly Bryant, they tried to pitch playing defensive back to Kelly Bryant. I don't know how much I believe that. Maybe they did. But yeah, I don't think they did.
Receiver was pitched.
Yeah, but I think the receiver is his most natural fit.
Can I tell you like how unreal it'd be for someone to play quarterback and defensive back? Like this isn't NFL Street. Just because Exhibit plays starting quarterback for your team on NFL Street does not automatically put him at safety like it does in that game.
That was a good pull, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Should we answer the other questions for Teddy? Theodore?
What was the other question?
What did you make of the trench play? And which quarterback are you rocking with if LSU is next week? I think we've answered that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've beat that dead horse.
Trench play, I think it's underrated. I think our offensive line is going to be better than a lot of people think next year. I don't think people realize how much a quarterback can hinder your pass protection.
Yeah.
If he slides you the wrong way.
And the offensive system.
Correct. So I think the trench play will be heads and shoulders above what it was last year. Mm-hmm. Should there be a new number one kicker and punter in the room? No. Jack Smith and Nolan Hooser are the guys, in my opinion.
I think so too, yeah.
Nathan Shipman out of North Augusta, South Carolina. Anything chicken, smooth peanut butter, and chocolate. Not all at once. I would hope it's not all at once.
Nice.
Anything chicken. So you're telling me you like boiled chicken? And that would be a favorite meal?
I don't know about that.
I bet you have boiled chicken, have it for lunch, don't you?
Never.
You scumbag. Honestly, chicken and peanut butter. I'm not hating on that. If you put that together. Would you put peanut butter on chicken?
Probably not, man.
I would have a peanut butter and chicken sandwich. Chocolate, I draw the line at that, but I would have a peanut butter and chicken sandwich.
What? Why are you getting hung up on this part? Not the question.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. They say some players play better when they're angry. If this is true, have you ever seen a teammate get so angry that they scared your coaches? No. I've never seen a teammate scare a coach. Maybe the coach was scared and he didn't show up, but I've never seen that happen.
Honestly, some nasty dudes. Like you don't have a story from practice where a dude just like went off and you were like, holy shit.
Dabo didn't play that shit back when I played.
Oh.
If a player did that, they were gone. And if a coach escalated it to that point and didn't de-escalate, they were gone. I mean, I saw a coach get kicked out of practice for getting too physical with a player. See ya. Bye, buddy. He wasn't allowed to talk for the rest of the summer. Kid you not. Nice. Dude just had to stand there with a clipboard. Couldn't talk during practice. It's pretty bad. I'm not going to share who it was. But I've never seen a player get so angry that it scared a coach. I've also never seen a player get so angry where they're out of control in college. I'm thinking like high school. No, I don't. I mean, and like I'm thinking about the guys in college. I don't remember anyone like getting angry to psych themselves up. We had a couple of guys who'd puke before a game. That might scare a coach. Like, oh, is he going to cramp? I saw Chad Kelly make some players mad before games, after practices, during practices, if that counts. They're probably scared that they still had him on the. Never mind. No, I've never seen a teammate scare a coach in that way. Shaq Lawson, I wouldn't want to make him mad.
Yeah, I was gonna say you played with some nasty dudes, man.
Ben Boulware. He played pretty good when he was angry.
Mm-hmm.
He was a junkyard dog for a reason.
Yeah, I could see that.
Dustin, you got a grass fact for us?
I was trying to think about that before the episode, and I don't, man.
Can I throw something out there? You think you could handle it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What grass does best with no rain? With little to no rain? Desert grass. What are we doing out in Arizona?
Out in Arizona? I don't know what kind of grass they have out in Arizona. I have no idea. They have a grass called kukui grass. I wonder if that's what they have.
I want to hear about kukui grass. Tell me about kukui grass.
Well, kukui grass is just that region. So, like California golf courses have it. Arizona golf courses probably have it. I bet Las Vegas. It's just I don't know much about it. I've never worked with it, but it's just a cool name. It's just a cool name.
Kukui.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're not a valley rat, if you're outside the valley, you're a kukui rat.
Here's a fact, because I was talking to someone about this the other day. So there are South Carolina golf courses that have these huge fans by the green. So if you've ever played a golf course and there's a huge fan by the green, most likely those greens are bent grass. Because remember we talked about being in the transition zone? Yeah, bent grass can't handle summers. So you literally have to run fans in the summers for bent grass to cool them off in the afternoon.
So the golf courses at the reserve up in Clemson have those big fans. And I kept saying, wow, hey, your biggest fans watching you golf when we would go there for the post summer.
I bet those are bent grass greens.
The more you know. So we learned about kukui grass, we learned about bent grass. Thank you, Dustin. I told my wife the other day that you know a lot about grass. I've been having you do this. And she's like, does he really know everything about grass? I said, oh, yeah.
Everything. Yeah, everything.
She's like, I'd like to see his yard.
My yard. My yard sucks, dude.
Yeah. You get lawn V. You know what lawn V is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Lawn and V.
I got a guy down the road from me who just he's just pulling out and measuring every week when we're talking about lawns here. You know what I mean?
Wild.
Like he's just
just realized what you said.
His lawn is perfect.
That's messed up, though.
My wife walks past his yard every day, and she's got to be like, "Why don't we have his grass?" And I'm like, you can't say that to me.
You can't. You really can't. Not to my grass guy.
But it's one of those things. It's like being a chef. Like chefs cook food for people all day. The last thing they want to do is make a meal for themselves when they get home. They just want to like microwave something and eat. Same for me. I maintain a golf course all day, every day. Last thing I want to do is come home and maintain grass. So my grass is terrible.
Well, that's why your wife likes his yard better.
Yeah.
I guess you live with that.
You do.
My wife thinks the Amazon driver drives a lot better than I do. She's never complained once about how the Amazon driver drives.
Yeah, that's insane.
This was a very fun episode. Did not think it's going to take an hour and a half, but it did. Here we are, talking about grass at the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back. We need some more Valley Rats. We need some Valley Rat merch. Don't you think?
We just need merch in general, man.
Yeah, if you want to be a merch merchant, please reach out to us. Help us make some merch. That's Dustin Black. You can find him on Twitter at Dustin B. Am I on the right track?
Yeah.
Dustin B329.
God, it's 429.
Last week when I said 329 and you didn't correct me and then I corrected myself.
I just restarted the cycle, didn't I?
You really did.
Yeah.
Dustin B.
It's on me, dude. It's my fault. You're right.
It is.
It's my fault, Will.
It is. You should thank you for taking accountability finally. Dustin B 429. I'm at Walk On Moose. This is Inside the Valley. We will see you in the next one if we didn't drive you off by talking about kukui grass.